Okay, GM Sneezy, could you just give us a little bit of background of who you are and yeah, just the background. Hmm.
Oh,
Who is Sneezy?
GM Musa. Um, who is Sneezy? Sneezy's a big Aptos fan. Um, no, I've been in crypto Web3 since late 2020. Um, really started getting into it early 2021. Saw a bunch of posts on Reddit, people losing their minds about everything's not going good. And I figured that was a great time for me to start really getting interested in the space. Consumed just about every book I could about Bitcoin, cryptography, and like the theory behind the space, and like just got bit by the bug. So first got into Bitcoin, obviously Ethereum. Spent a lot of time in the Chronos ecosystem. That's where I was when I discovered NFTs, and that was the game changer for me. Like finding NFTs and finding communities around the cryptocurrency was when everything really made sense. Was there for a couple years, and then December 22 won an NFT contest for a Lemur Lounge NFT on Aptos, and joined the Discord, started talking to guys like Wenrug, at Sammy, a lot of the OGs, and the rest is history.
The rest is history. So like let me see. How did the name Sneezy come about? How did you start using the name Sneezy?
That if I everybody asks, there's not a good story behind it. It rhymed with my old gamer tag, and I just ran with it. It was just a screen name. It was just a Twitter handle. I didn't think Twitter was going to become like uh, my main source of communication on the daily. Had no idea that Sneezy was going to become me, and I was going to become Sneezy. It was really just a name, and yeah, I wish I had a better story for it.
No problem, no problem. That's a good enough story. So let me see. What's like one random fact about yourself, the Sneezy law that you feel like sharing? Anything at all?
One sweet, I don't know, dude. You've been in spaces with me. I don't keep a lot of secrets. Yeah, I honestly, I don't have a good one for you, man. You guys, I
Don't
feel like
worry, don't
everybody
worry.
knows me. I feel like everybody knows me. I'm a pretty open book.
We'll circle back to it. We'll circle back to it. I'll come since I gave you an option to just pick anything you wanted, but don't worry, I'll come back at you with I'll put you on the spot. just like Shubi was doing yesterday on the collective chill. I'll do something like that for you as
There we
well.
go. Works for
So
me, man.
yeah.
Works for me.
So let's like look at your Aptos journey, right? You've been like that, okay, that's how you came into Aptos by winning an Aptos NFT. So how was like the Aptos journey, if you can like outline it in like the broad strokes? What were like the key like milestones in the Aptos journey from like, oh, we've gotten started to what was next?
So, like I said, I won that NFT. I got involved with that community. That community is no longer an active community on Aptos, but a lot of the people that I was talking to December 2022 are still very active in the Aptos ecosystem. I feel something that I'm proud hasn't really changed since my time onboarding into Aptos is that community feel. It was present in 2022 when I joined, and I feel like that's still very present now. Like if someone stumbles into Aptos, one of the first things they're going to realize is that this is a different space. The community is different. It's very welcoming. People want to help you get more involved. People want to help you succeed in this space. Um, but yeah, in terms of like milestones after finding Aptos, Sammy, not gonna make it, is one of the first people that invited me to an Aptos group chat, and that is where I was exposed to people like Dima, Shamrock, Smith, Nomadic, so many people that I still talk to regularly. Um, from there, just getting more involved in different NFT ecosystems. At the time, Mavericks was a big one. When I joined them, met guys like In the Shade. Yeah. And then it really clicked for me when I joined the Aptos Monkeys. That was, I want to say, April of 23. And then, like, really connected with Smith, and we just started cooking. Um, within I think within a month of buying my first monkey, Smith had asked me to come on and help being a community manager with the project, and nothing really, it never stopped from there. It was just all Aptos all the time now.
Awesome, awesome. So I think you would want to say that Aptos Monkeys was kind of like the defining moment to some
Yeah.
extent.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
how did that work? Yeah, what were you doing there?
Just taking part in the community, helping lead the community. We were doing a bunch of spaces at the time. Yeah. What was the monkey's journey like? Just being vocal, just being that guy that was in the spaces, in the community, yapping at everybody about the monkeys. I mean, Smith would cook and I would share. Because, like, I
Awesome,
mean,
awesome.
yeah, like all the stuff we went
So that's where you
through, like,
started. So that's where you started doing so
it,
many spaces.
part of it, part of it just needed opportunities to talk to people about what Smith was cooking. But then, I mean, it
That's
expanded from there. Like, it was, then it transitioned from kind of just talking about monkeys to helping monkeys partner with new projects that were coming. And that led to me helping with so many different projects that came to Aptos over the last 2 years.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So like we've looked at a bit of your Aptos journey and like monkeys being a key factor in that, but that's still like 2023. So I mean, after that, what else was like happening? What moves were you making on Aptos? What does a day in the life of Sneezy look like as at
Oh, bro,
2023?
I don't know how I kept a Web 2 job as long as I did, being as active as I was on Aptos. Because, I mean, yeah, just helping all the projects and tweeting about projects, helping grow the community of Aptos, like finding the Aptos collective. Well, the Aptos collective finding me, Angel and Alex. I think that was August of 2023. I joined the collective, and that was another huge game changer. And again, that combined with pivoting to helping make connections for the monkeys really shifted that it wasn't about one project anymore. It was really about how do we grow this entire ecosystem, like the community around it. And I mean, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna stop there because we're being recorded.
I mean, it's just a nice casual conversation. It's just a nice casual conversation. There's no issues here, right? Like between friends. I
Heck
mean, I
yeah.
think first time I knew of Sneezy, I think the first time I knew about Aptos was when I went for the Aptos event. That was August 2024, right? And I think I
Yep.
started tweeting about what was happening at the event. And then I think Sneezy was one of the first people that was just like liking every tweet, commenting, and I was like, who is this guy? You follow this guy, follow me back. I was like, oh, and I see that this guy is hosting spaces every single day, and like, from there, the rest is history. They say, as you said,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
man. Yeah, when you found Aptos, I would have been in a space pretty much every day. You would have been able to catch me
But
just about every day.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. I don't think much has changed. I don't think much has changed.
No, no, I don't see it changing. As long as there's stuff to talk about and people cooking on the Aptos blockchain, I'm going to be here talking about it.
That's what we love to see. That's what we love to see. But also like for 2023, you say 2023 was like the year of like Aptos monkeys. Any other major highlights?
I mean, yeah, we did. You saw sanctuaries come out. That was a big thing at the time. The staking platform, the token launchpad, the I mean, end of 2023 was the launch of Gwei.
Was launch of Gui?
Yeah,
Oh,
2023
okay,
was a big
okay,
year.
okay. So like what was this like? So what was 2024 like? You remember me, I just came in August 2024. So how was 2024 like for you on Aptos? So
About
much happening.
growth because 2024 was growth. 2024 was when we started Aptos After Dark, Atreyu and I, January of 2024. And again, that just fell in line with like identifying that there was room to grow for the community. And at the time, outside of Baba and a couple other people, there weren't a lot of people out creating spaces, trying to help disseminate the information about what was going on in the ecosystem. I remember Atreyu called me, wanted to hop on a half-hour phone call just to bend my ear about Aptos. He had found us and was at that point looking for a place to launch the Pirates. And I think 4 hours later, him and I got off that call. And the next week, we had our first episode of Aptos After Dark.
Amazing. Genesis story of Aptos after dark training as well. Yeah. So that's an awesome one. That's an awesome one. But like I don't know, what makes you so like active on Aptos generally speaking? Like I've heard you speak about it many times, but I just thought let me get it from you again. Like you're always so active, always so supportive, engaging everybody. What's the vibe? What makes
Yeah.
sneezy sneezy?
To be honest, it's pushing the people around me up. Like I want, if you're coming to Aptos to build, I want you to find your community. Whether or not I'm going to be an integral part of it, I want you to succeed. And if you're someone coming to Aptos looking for a home, I want you to find your home here. I want you to find your people. Whether or not you might hate my guts, but I guarantee you that there are people here that you're going to find that you're going to fall in love with. So how do we get you connected? How do we get you finding your home?
Seasons tries to make everybody feel the love on Aptos, right? So I think the one of the one of the major or perhaps I don't know is you that will be able to tell us if how big it was for you, right? You're shifting from a community member to getting, being part of the Aptos team directly. Could you kind of like walk us through that like moment in time? How you first heard about it, or were there some fillers out before that, or how did the entire thing happen?
I think I think it's in large part I ended up joining the community team because at the current team at the time got sick of hearing from me about trying to expand Aptos After Dark. Like Trey and I had put in, I want to say 3 or 4 different pitch decks to try and find the right fit to help expand After Dark. And the purpose of expanding After Dark was expanding our reach and expanding our ability to help new projects and existing projects connect with the community. Um, this is better for me because now I don't need to be the one doing it all the time. I get to help support people like you, people like Zamani, people like Bala, like A Person, like Pecker, everybody who's holding it down in these spaces. I'm not going to include Bubba in that because Bubba could help me do a thing or two. Um, but just Yeah, and we used to joke about it, like when we were doing After Dark. Like Atreyu and I aren't the guys that want to be in the spotlight. We're not the guys that want to be at the center of it, but we saw a need, a gap that needed to be filled at the time. Now my focus is shifted from expanding on filling that gap with what we were doing and filling the broader gaps and elevating people in the community and in the ecosystem, getting them more exposure, and just helping everyone here grow their social profiles.
Awesome, awesome. But like, I mean, how did the join the Aptos team exactly? Like, could you walk us through like the kind of like the days around it, how you found out, what you were thinking when you got like the offer and things like that? I keep making sneezy pause.
Just sheer joy. Like it was, I honestly, like I couldn't even tell you how exactly it came about. Just lots of Telegram chats back and forth, and at the time, the current team just realizing that like I think I could add value to what was trying to be built, and was kind of in a way already doing it from the community side. And then yeah, I still remember getting an email from an email, because most of all my communication at the time was Telegram. Getting an email from Bashar telling me that I had a meeting set up with Michael from the foundation, and if things went well, I could be joining the team. And like just staring at that email in like disbelief. like, like it's, I mean, like I always knew that I wanted to help Aptos, but the fact that that was actually going to be my job to grow Aptos and help with the community is just so surreal. And like
And
guys like Baba, who I have frequent phone calls with, have to listen to me bellyache about this all the time. But like, if I'm doing, if I'm able to do my job well, I would hope that more community members will be able to follow in those footsteps. Like, if you're someone that goes above and beyond, whether you're being asked to or not, like, and again, I think Bubba is someone that stands out in that way. There's like, honestly, I can't just say a couple names, because like I start saying a couple and I'm like, there's a laundry list.
it's
Like
never end.
Chitan, like yeah, I could be here for the next hour just listing off people that deserve to be where I am. But yeah, like it's about growing the community. Everything for me comes back to the community and making sure that there is a flourishing community.
Awesome, awesome. So what would you like say? I like to like do this kind of segment, right? How to make your move on Aptos. What would you like advise people that are just like comments? Okay, let's say there are different kind of people, different backgrounds and different skill sets, right? So like, what would you, if you were trying to kind of like make an introduction to Aptos, like pathways you can follow on Aptos or something? How would you advise people to make their move on Aptos? Generally speaking, whether they are builders, they are this, you can make different tracks if you want. Maybe I'm giving you an article idea here.
Yeah, for real, for real. I'm not a builder, and I'm not the best at onboarding builders, so I will leave that for your next episode when you have someone a bit more technical, better suited to answer that. From a community standpoint, I always tell everybody the first thing: get a Petra wallet. With the ecosystem events and all the work that Brent's been doing with the Petra wallet, that's your way to get involved, whether it's mints, whether it's DeFi updates, whether it's TGEs, product launches, big ecosystem spaces. Like everything you need is in the Petra wallet. on a more grassroots level, just get involved. Find the conversation, join the conversation. Whether that's interacting with people who are yapping on X, whether that's Twitter spaces, whether that's Telegram chats, just get involved, take part in the conversation.
Awesome, awesome. So just get involved, get in the trenches, and just show up, right? I think that's just it. Just show up.
90% of it is showing up. If you can be consistent, that will make up for a lot of shortcomings you have. Whether you don't think you're the smartest, or you don't think you're the best artist, or whatever it is, if you can be consistent, you're going to do what 90% of people can't do.
Awesome, awesome. So I think I like to kind of I'm thinking to kind of like be ending, move story episodes with this, right? Where I'm going to ask each guest to invite somebody. Whose move story do you want to hear next? And we're not just going to ask you to invite somebody, you are going to reach out yourself and invite them on for the next
Oh,
episode,
so this is like
for
the
the
ice
future
bucket
episode.
challenge. Like I get to nominate, yo, Brent,
Exactly. Brent?
get you a slice of Brent up in this space.
Okay, okay. We'll be relying on you to make the invite for us. We'll rely on you
Yo,
to
done and
send out the
dusted.
invite to us. Okay,
Done and
okay.
dusted. I
So
got you, bro.
thank you so much, Sneezy, for doing this. And just before I let you go, right, I would be remiss if I didn't ask you, like you're wearing Shelby merch. You you brought the question up, right? When am I getting some of this merch, and how has it been for you, like being part of the how has it been for you being part of the Aptos team? Like what has changed, and perhaps like for Shelby, what's happening? What's happening? What are you feeling about it personally?
Okay, so my thoughts on Shelby, and I'm gonna go back and use a real life example. So when I was in Korea for the Aptos experience last year, I got to have a brief conversation with Avery, and what I left that conversation with, my takeaway was something he said to me, and he said, "Aptos isn't built to be the best blockchain; it's built to be the future of the internet." And at the time, Aptos was already one of the fastest, one of the cheapest. Well, it was the fastest and the cheapest, but that's only gotten faster and cheaper since then. Being in New York, watching him announce the release of Shelby, that came full circle. And I understood what he meant when he said he was building the future of the internet. Like, hot, it's huge because like you think of all the current problems with the internet and with our data. Shelby solves a lot of those problems. It's taking ownership of your data back.
Awesome, awesome. And that's Sneezy's take on Shelby. He has dodged the question about when I'm going to get Shelby merch as well, but maybe we'll
when I
let him
get more
slide.
when I get more Shelby merch, I'll pull one for you, Nusa. You got it, bro.
Okay, okay. So you guys have heard it here. The Sneezy has invited Brent, right, for the next move story. We'll be expecting him to make the invites on our behalf, right, to make that happen. So when you guys are watching this episode and asking me when Brent is coming on, you can just tag Sneezy, right? He's the BG for move story right now. So Sneezy is on the task, and we're sure he's up to it. We're sure he's up to it.
Of
So
course, man.
you know so yeah, thanks again so much for doing this, and we trust you keep making your moves on Aptos, and the rest of the year is going to be legendary.
Aptos Autumn, baby. Aptos Summer's been lit. Wait till Aptos Autumn. Yo, thank you so much for
Awesome.
having me, sir. It's been a pleasure, Nusa.
Yeah, thank you.